last case. So yep. Okay, so I guess I wanted to kind of get you started actually making stuff. One of I thought of as a sort of a theme would be to sort of explore like artistic things. Although GP is intended to make kind of applications, I think for a short workshop it might be fun to just explore making things that look pretty on the screen. You're welcome to explore all of the categories. Could you show the open? If you click on open, there's some sample projects in various directories, and they have both numbers and names. The most important number is probably 1, because that gives you some sample projects that might help you see what's possible, and they have simple scripts. And then for this workshop, since we're focusing on art, there's another folder which is called Art. I think it's 6, which has some good examples. So why don't you show a couple of those examples?
Okay,
maybe all of them.
maybe all of them. So you saw.
We just saw arrows.
So beautiful thing. This. You can look at this code.
Yeah, so one of the things that's kind of neat is that the equivalent of like the sprites area is this kind of all the instances. In this case, there's like 308 or something instances of that circle. And those little thumbnails update. We've got to work a little bit on that because it slows things down quite a lot, but it's also kind of cool that it's kind of totally updating.
Also, what sometimes slows it down is the arrow. So sometimes just not showing the arrow will make things significantly faster.
Yeah. Oh, and finally, presentation mode.
What's the screen resolution of the canvas for the stage?
Yeah, good question. Yes, it's 800 wide by, right now it's 500 high, but the idea is that you'll eventually be able to choose different aspect ratios, and you'll even be able to choose portrait mode. So if you were developing something that was supposed to run on, let's say, an iPhone or an Android phone, and you wanted to have a portrait mode screen that was, you know, sort of the same exact aspect ratio as your phone, you could pick that from your menu and develop and lay everything out exactly for that format.
Right.
And it would work. But it's always 800 in the larger dimension, whether it's the high dimension or the wide dimension. It's 800, and then it's somewhere between 500 and 600 for the other dimension, depending on the exact aspect ratio.
John, for the scene, is there a way to put some script for the scene, the stage?
Yeah, no, there isn't. So what you'll see in many of these. So his question is there a way to add scripts to the stage or the the project as a whole? Right now there isn't. I actually think that might be kind of a lack. You'll see in many of these projects there's a class called main or start or control or something like that, which has these setup scripts that create lots of instances of something. And I think it actually would be a good idea to have a special place that's the kind of holder for those kinds of scripts, so you don't have to make a new class just to hold those. I think I saw a question.
There is a pen category, so you can draw things on the stage.
Yes,
okay.
there is a pen category.
These things can become sprite, or they are just draw.
That's a good question. Right now they're just drawn on the background, but I think it actually makes total sense to be able to get a pen on your own costume and use pen commands to draw a picture, as opposed to these sort of draw line, draw circle sort of commands. Yes, that's great. That's a great suggestion. But right now you